Is it live? I think it's live. Hey, everybody, time for another Mark's Comic Haul, y'all. And I'm back. Been off for a little bit. And got a couple of things to catch up on here. It's been a while. So, hey, for those of you that are watching this later and wondering where the hell I've been, what can I say? I saw this. So, this would be Avengers Endgame, by the way. And man, it's awesome. It's really, really cool. If you want to read my review of the film, it's at bigfanboy.com. Or you can go to the Big Fanboy, by the way, John Price. Awesome act of kindness. Still have it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Even if it is highly flammable and recalled. Yeah, so I've got a different YouTube channel for Big Fanboy. If you do a search for Big Fanboy, it should be the first one that comes up. And I recorded my first ever midnight movie review, which I started at 1 a.m. Whatever. Anyway, I had some technical issues and I couldn't get it any earlier than that. So, but I'm going to start doing more of those. I think it's probably going to become like a weekly thing on the Big Fanboy YouTube channel. So if you guys want, go over there, like and subscribe to that. If you haven't already done so and you like what you see on this channel, please hit the like and subscribe button because I can always use more subscribers. And I'm going to try to be doing more videos here with more hauls and whatnot. So got a bit of a catch-up haul to do here. This is from there's a store in Fort Worth called Collected, which is run by a guy named Ron Killingsworth. Another guy named Brent Irwin runs the Keller store. And Collected, they have two stores. It's a great shop, really, really great shop. And they have bargain books. They've got, I believe these were dollar books. So the last time I was in there, I picked up a bunch of stuff. And then I also found out they had dollar books. And so I picked up, as those of you who know me know, I'm a big sucker for dollar books. So I'm going to go through what I picked up for $1. And then I'm just going to go through some books that I picked up that were new last week and the week before. I think I was kind of out of the loop because I had Dallas Comic Show. And so I was doing a lot of catch up on books that I had missed. So we'll start with the dollar books and we'll get to the other stuff. All right. So first up, Agent Liberty. I just always love this book. It's got a nice kind of silver ink. I don't know if you can see that on the cover. Dan Jurgens. And this was a spinoff from Superman. But I believe this is the first appearance of Agent Liberty. They've never really done much with this character. I keep hoping that they will. But it's a cool book. Oh, where am I going to put this? Hang on. Okay. All right. These are some old DC books. This is called Amethyst. And the reason I picked this up was because, first of all, anytime you see like a black cover like that, where it's just solid black, you know, these are almost always impossible to find in mint condition. And this is in near mint. It's just a cool cover. It's like, you know, a lot of negative space. So that's number 10. This is number 12. And it's like an all white background cover. So the exact opposite. And this is number 14. Just like the cover. Cool. Who did this? Ernie Chan, maybe? Yeah. Okay. Let's do this the right way. Put these upside down. Okay. I always liked this book when I first got into collecting comics. This is The American. It's a Dark Horse comic book. Kind of a Captain America, but very adult storyline. And I always liked this. This is Chris Warner, I believe, did the artwork on it. It's a cool book if you've never picked it up. I have a bunch of these, but I never stop picking them up when I see them cheap. This is Black Flag. This is Dan Fraga's Black Flag. It's marked number 1, but this is actually a preview book. Like the interior is all black and white. McFarlane inked the cover for Dan on that one. So I always like that. And then this is Black Flag number 1, which for some reason I think is now kind of hard to find. I don't know why. Maybe because it's got that black border on it. Hard to find in mint shape or whatever. Black Flag #3. I think these were printed around the time when some of the books, when they were selling like 1 million copies of any extreme comic book that was coming out. This is when the sales were starting to go down a bit, so some of these were a little lower ordered. Black Flag #4. This was a pretty hot cover back in the day. Kind of funky looking now, but I always kind of like that cover. Arak, Son of Thunder, #50. Just a really nice Tony DeZuniga, cool looking cover. So, Arak, Son of Thunder, Annual #1. This is I can't read that signature. Oh, Ron Randall. Ron Randall. Cool book. Love this cover. Mark Brooks, Avengers, The Initiative, #20. Always love that cover. Just a really nice, beautiful cover. Art T. Bears, Black and White, #1. I believe the official name is Codename Black and White, #1. I think Art is doing a new version of that. This is Blue Devil, #18. I picked this up because it's a Crisis crossover, and this is a very low-ordered book at the time. So for those completists out there that were trying to get all the Crisis crossover books, that's probably a harder one to find. This is also, this was the issue before it, Blue Devil #17, also a Crisis crossover. And I am getting some mean glare from my ceiling fan. Blue Devil Annual #1. This is, I hadn't seen this before. I'm a fan of Stefan Sejic, I think is how you say it. This is a book from Top Cow called Death Vigil #1. I just thought it looked really cool. Kind of goth horror looking book. See that? This is a book, I remember when I first got into comics back in the 90s, there was so much talk about this being made into a movie, and I'm kind of surprised they never did. It's Reed Fleming, The World's Toughest Milkman, #1. It's a Dark Horse comic, very low printed. But there was so much talk about that being made into a movie, and for whatever reason, they never did. Shade the Changing Man, #1. Just a cool Vertigo book, kind of underordered. Hit Monkey. This is the mini-series, #1 of 3. I guess these are getting a little bit of heat on them because they're going to do a series, apparently. And then this is Hit Monkey #2 of 3. But for whatever reason, they did not have 3 of 3. Justice Society of America #8. The main reason I picked this up is because it's the last issue of the miniseries, so kind of underordered. It's got a nice sort of black background on there. Man, I pick up every Question book I can get my hands on. These covers are always so great. This is the Question #20. Just gorgeous cover. Look at that. Really cool. Now, I'm curious if you guys can figure out why I picked up these books. Because at first it would just look like a random Kazar issue. This is Kazar #9. Take a good look. See if you recognize anything. Not the girl. Don't recognize anything? Well, let me just tell you this. It's a 3-part story. This is Kazar #10. See if this gives you any clues. Probably not. This one's a little harder to figure out. But it's still part of the same story. Still haven't figured it out? Now you'll figure it out. This is a very low-ordered book. So the fact that it has a Thanos story, and actually all 3 issues have Thanos in them. It's part of a 3-part storyline, Urban Jungle. And look at that white cover, man. I mean, that's just awesome. Like, you know, rare that you see those in mint shape. And this is a very low ordered book at the time. That was back when, like, I think books from Marvel, they were ordered like less than 10,000 copies on some of the lower order titles. This is just a cool Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man 113 with the black costume. I'm always big on final issues. Power Pack issue number 52. Power Pack No More. This is the final issue of Power Pack. There's no way this is highly ordered. And then I pick these up whenever I can find them. This is RoboCop number 1 from Marvel, the first RoboCop comic book. I got 2 of those. I picked those up because sometimes I see Peter Weller, and I can always get him to sign it. This is, I don't know what this is. I just picked it up because it looks like it's kind of a, probably a very low printed independent comic. It's Comics, spelled Komikz, Army Surplus Comics, featuring Cutie Bunny number 1. It just looked crazy, so I thought I'd pick it up. There can't be more than like 1,000 of these in existence. Probably not worth anything, but Atari Force number 1, special number 1, Atari Force special number 1. Just a cool early DC book. For all you Jericho fans, this is Jericho Redux Season 3 Civil War. I guess this is a one-shot. Let me see. Yeah. Anyway, nice cover. Skeet Ulrich and Lenny James from The Walking Dead. So if I ever see those guys at a show, get that signed. This is The Badger. Come to a Badger Birthday Bash. This is a deluxe format book, which features art by Ron Lim, Paul Abrams, my buddy Mark Nelson, who worked on the Aliens comic books for Dark Horse. It's a thick bound book for $1. Probably not a lot of those floating around. Avengers Annual number 18 from 1989. It was just an Avengers Annual I didn't have, so I picked it up. With that new movie coming out, I think a lot of Avengers books are going to start going up in value. Adventures of Superman Annual number 4. This is part of the Eclipso storyline, just a cool Joe Quesada cover with Eclipso Superman fighting Lobo. Gotta love that. So all those were $1 a piece. And I think they even gave me a discount after that because they're just cool guys. So, and that's Collected. If you look up Collected in Fort Worth, if you're ever in the DFW area, Collected's a great store. Really, really cool store. Really big store. They have a lot of stuff. Okay, so this is going to be some Marvel and DC stuff. I'll start with the Marvel stuff. How am I going to do this? Okay. So some of this is stuff from like last week. Some of this is stuff from weeks past. It's just me catching up. So I hate picking these up because they print those Marvel, what do you call it? Why can't I remember the name? They picked the Marvel True Believers, the reprints that they sell for $1. I don't understand why these have to be $3.99, but it's the facsimile edition of Amazing Spider-Man number 252. So it looks exactly like the book, except it's $4. I picked up another copy of Daredevil number 1. Apparently this is sold out pretty much everywhere now, or it's getting harder to find. I think they second printed it. Guardians of the Galaxy number 2. I think this was just in my box. I hadn't picked it up for some reason. It was an extra copy. That's what it was. I was buying an extra copy because I picked up Guardians of the Galaxy number 4, and I wanted an extra copy of number 2. So this is number 4, regular cover. And then I went to 3 different comic shops, and I only saw this at one comic shop, and they only had one copy. This is a variant cover for Guardians of the Galaxy #4, and I guess it's just the Asgardian variant. So that's Peter Quill, like fighting off these guys, and then this dude's listening to, kind of like in the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, he's listening to his headset. But I've only seen one of these. I don't know if it was like a, they could have ordered as many as they wanted. Nobody ordered it. I don't know what the story is on that. But I picked it up either way. I'm sure you guys know about this. Everybody's been showing this off. This is Avengers No Road Home #5. First appearance of Conan on the last page in the current Marvel Universe. I got 2 of those. This has already gone into second print. I think #6 is the one that's now getting really hard to find. I'll give you guys a hot tip about this. If you haven't already got this book, you're going to want it. Trust me. This is Asgardians of the Galaxy #1. They've already second printed this, #1 and #2, I believe. I don't know about the other ones. So I picked up a couple extra copies of #1. This is number 3, and #4. Just a really good series written by Cullen Bunn, who was just at Dallas Comic Show, by the way. But yeah, Asgardians of the Galaxy #1. If you don't already have it, pick it up while you can, while it's not too expensive. Because once this movie hits, people are going to be looking for that book. That's all I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to spoil anything else. Just trust me. This is a Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man #5. Just a beautiful Andrew Robinson cover. I just love that cover. Symbiote Spider-Man #1. I'm sure you guys have seen this. I kind of went nuts on the variants with this. So I really wanted this Alex Saviuk variant, which is 1 in 50. And thank God my store got one, because I was afraid they wouldn't. And I think these are going for like $30 to $40. This is, oh, wait a minute. Oh, I'm sure you guys have seen this already. This is the Artgerm Symbiote Spider-Man #1 variant. Beautiful Gwen Stacy. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I got a few of those. And then I picked this up because it's a deep black, all black cover, Scotty Young Symbiote Spider-Man variant. I just figure, these black covers are hard to find in good shape. And then last but not least, I went to a different shop than what I normally go to. This is from Titan Comics, and this is the Previews exclusive Comic-Con C2E2 variant cover for Symbiote Spider-Man. This is a Ron Lim pencil sketch variant. And they had it really cheap. They had it like $5.99, so I picked that up. I'm sure you guys know about this. A lot of people are talking about this. This is Miles Morales Spider-Man #5. There are 2 first appearances in this book, 2 first appearance characters. One of them is a girl that's going to appear in the next book, I guess in a much bigger role, but her first appearance is on the last page of that book. I can't remember her name. It starts with an S, I think. This is the Immortal Hulk #9. This is the Art Adams variant. I just love anything Art Adams does. So yeah, like I said, some of these I picked up in back issue bins. This is Love Romances #1. This is the Young Guns variant by Russell Dauterman. I just thought it was a really beautiful cover. And I picked up 2 of those because I feel like that's an underordered book. So there's probably not a lot of those variants floating around. This is Amazing Spider-Man #17, part of the Hunted storyline. All of these books are going into second printing, or already are in second printing. That storyline's picking up some heat. This is War of the Realms. This is the Delato variant cover, War of the Realms #1. I just thought it was a nice looking variant Thor. Yeah. I did not want to buy into all those War of the Realms variant covers, but I did pick up that one. This is Venom number 12, the Spider Villains variant. I think it was just a open order variant. Venom number 12, the regular cover. I'm sure you guys have seen that. Another one of those facsimile editions, Hulk 181, which again, I don't understand why that couldn't have been a True Believers dollar book. I guess they wanted to get their $4. I cannot believe how hot these already are. This is Major X number 2. Rob Liefeld came in town and did a signing at my local comic shop. So I've got Major X number 1 signed by Rob, and then I got Major X number 2. But Major X number 2 is already hard to find. This is the Immortal Hulk number. This is the trade paperback of the Immortal Hulk. Collects the first 5 issues, I think. There may be somebody that worked on this book coming to Dallas Comic Show in November. That's all I'll say. Not going to say who. Okay, DC. Oh my God. Oh, geez. Too much stuff. Okay. Wow. So DC, I'll start with the Batgirl number 33. Just a beautiful, what is that Yasmin Putri? I think it's Yasmin Putri. Beautiful cover. This is Batman Beyond number 30. This is the regular cover by Chris Samney. I don't know if you guys have been reading Batman Beyond, but they're doing like an older Joker storyline. It's been pretty cool. Batman Beyond number 30. This is the variant cover, and I cannot remember the artist that did this, but I just thought it was really nice. If you can see up close, he's got like vampire teeth. It's gonna be cool. There's one coming out this week that is even cooler than that. I'm sure you guys have seen this one. This is the Dave Johnson cover. The story behind this cover is this is actually a photograph that Dave Johnson took from his hotel window at a convention, and he just added Batman into the photograph. So there's very little art on this, but it's still a cool cover. Action Comics number 1009. I just thought this was a beautiful Francis Manapul cover. Really, really like that. Cover B. So, oh my back. I picked up an extra copy of Female Furies number 1. What is that, the Matina? Is that Matina or Delato? I think that's Matina. I don't know. Wonder Woman number 66. I love that cover. I'm not sure who did it. Wonder Woman number 60. I don't know why I picked this up. I guess maybe I didn't have it. Jenny Frison. Or maybe I had it and I wanted an extra copy of it or something. I don't know. Wonder Woman number 55. Yeah, this must be another case where like I didn't have it or something. So this is a good book. I picked up a couple extra copies. Dial H for Hero number 1. Number 2 comes out this week. Sorry if this is boring, guys. I'm trying to make this somewhat interesting. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can explain to me what the hell's going on here. This is Justice League number 20, and they did a connecting cover A and cover B. These are by see, connects together, and I guess that's Phil Jimenez, or no, Jorge Jimenez. Sorry. But these are already going, like if you look on eBay for these 2 covers, sets of them are selling for like $30. This just came out. Like, I don't understand why it's so hot, but it is hot. So if somebody can explain that to me, I'd love to hear the explanation. But I picked up a few extras of them anyway. So, oh man, I'm running out of space here. Okay, so I love this cover. This is Red Hood Outlaw number 33. I think this is the Perillo cover. Look at that. Oh my God. It's cool. Really, really cool. Picked up an extra copy of this because apparently in certain places this is already worth some cash. This is The Batman Who Laughs number 1. This is the Greg Capullo cover B. I guess these sold out pretty quick. So I wanted to grab an extra copy of that. I just love this cover. Supergirl number 29, Amanda Connor with Crypto there. So that was a cool cover. I think they'll make an awesome t-shirt. Superman number 10, Adam Hughes cover. I know certain people have commented that, hey, Mr. Rigor Mortis 86, what is up? It's glad to see I'm not the only one awake. I know certain people have commented about Adam Hughes, that the covers he's doing on Superman don't seem to be all that inspired. I can honestly tell you, Adam has been wanting to do dude covers like this, like just Superman, Captain America, stuff like that. He's been wanting to do that stuff for years, and no one would let him do it. So I'm enjoying the fact that he's just getting to do it. So Wonder Woman 68, this is Kari Andrews cover. Just a really nice, beautiful Wonder Woman cover. So Mr. Rigor Mortis 86, what is up? How you been? How's life treating you? I hope well. I have had a really stressful weekend last weekend, but things are starting to lighten up a little bit. Aquaman number 47. I just thought this was a really nice. Is that Middleton? Josh Middleton? I think it is. Yeah, Middleton cover. So since you're here, I'll just say sorry I've been out of the loop. Trying to catch back up. Doing what I can. Catwoman number 10. Just a beautiful cover. Was that Art Germ? Yeah. I'm catching up on some books that I picked up from like last week, the week before. Since I was doing my convention, I've been kind of out of the loop. So a lot of these are catch-up books. Batman number 69, cover B. I guess that's Matina, isn't it? Yeah. This is Batman number 68. Another Matina, maybe? I think. Man, look at that glare. Speaking of Amanda Connor, this is Batman number 68, the Amanda Connor cover. She actually did this issue, kind of a fill-in issue. Am I getting close? I think I'm getting close. Okay. Put those in there. This is, this book's starting to pick up and get some heat on it. So this is Detective Comics number 1001. It's the first full appearance of the Arkham Knight. Where are we going? There we go. And I'm hearing a lot of shops are sold out of this because I guess people kind of forgot after Detective Comics 1000 came out, because Detective Comics 1000 was the cameo, but 1001 is the first full appearance. And this is the Dave Finch variant, which apparently sold out pretty fast in a lot of shops. So, but yeah, those are all the kind of like new this week or recent weeks books. And then I also picked up, this was out of a $2 box at Awesome Comics. I just love this book. It's Action Comics number 554. This is the 45th anniversary issue of Action Comics. Really thick book. It's got like gold ink and the word anniversary. But I'm a sucker for old DC. And then I don't know if you guys have picked these up or if you have these already, but if you don't, you might want to be on the lookout for them because these are starting to pick up some heat. This is Stars and Stripe #0, first appearance of Stargirl. And now that they've announced that series, that's becoming a really hot book. This is Stars and Stripe #1. These were very low ordered when they came out. But Jeff Johns wrote it. And since Jeff Johns is behind the series, there's definitely some interest. And then I just had this. These are actually these are old pickups. Like I've had these for a while. I just haven't shown them off. Stars and Stripe #5 featuring Young Justice. Very low ordered book. So very hard to find. And last but not least, I'm sure you guys have been picking up the Detective Comics 1000s. I picked up a few. The Bruce Timm cover, of course, that's the one that everybody seems to want of the regular variants. And then this is the Midnight Party variant, the Jim Lee. It's just the Jim Lee cover, but done sideways, basically. But that was the midnight release variant. But then I also picked this up. This is from the Comic Mint, and this is the Mike Mayhew. As you can see, the Comic Mint. This is the Mike Mayhew variant cover. And it's pretty nice. I really liked it. This is the only retailer variant that I bought for Detective Comics. But yeah, I was happy with that. So that's it. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not it. That's almost it. We're almost done. A couple of just like non-Marvel DC books. I don't know anything about this. But this is a new Brian Azzarello comic called Faithless #1. It's polybag because apparently it has an adult cover by Tula Lotay. An erotica cover is what they call it. Firefly #3, Joe Quinones cover. Joe was just at Dallas Comic Show. And then I'm sure you guys have seen these. I just picked it up because it's a beautiful Adam Hughes Sabrina cover. Sabrina the Teenage Witch, or I guess this is, yeah, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, #1. And yeah, gotta love that. Beautiful. So that's it. That's all I got. Again, for those of you that maybe missed the earlier part of the show or whatever, I did see Infinity War. I saw Endgame, this movie, and it's awesome. So go check it out this weekend. Tell me what you think. And again, my hot tip for this episode, for those of you that are looking for something to maybe get a jump on other people, because you can still find these cheap, get this book, Asgardians of the Galaxy #1. It's already in second print, but you can still find first prints, usually at most comic shops for about cover price. After this weekend, after everybody sees this, they're not going to be cover price anymore. That's my hot tip without giving you any spoilers. That's the hot tip book. So, all right, that's all I got. I'm going to sign off, and I'll be back later for another Mark's Comic Haul, y'all. Mr. Rigor Mortis 86, you rock, sir. And I will talk to you guys later. Good night, everybody, and happy Easter.